Hey guys, what's up? Carter here. This video is going to be a collection of kind of my strangest and or oddest knives in my collection. Most of these are cheaper knives, but two of them aren't really. And I think all but one of these has been featured in videos in the past. So if you've already seen these, then you don't need to watch this video, but I just kind of felt like showcasing them all together. I've definitely had my fair share of odd knives. Most of them end up being given away or lost or something happens to them, but I do have these 5 currently in my collection. So let's start with the cheapest and then move our way up the ladder to the nicest of the odd blades. First off, these are all folders. This is a Fantasy Master Scorpion. I think I featured this in a contest I did a while ago, which was asking for your craziest, useless, weirdest knife. And this is the one that I showed kind of to start things off. It does have a real scorpion encased in some sort of resin in the handle. And then you've got these nice kind of raised pieces in the aluminum that's been sanded off right there. On the black coated blade you've got a scorpion. Of course, it's got up and down blade play. Couldn't expect it to not have that. Has a hidden pivot. Tip-up carry, which is interesting. A lot of cheap knives do tip-down carry. Like I mentioned before, aluminum handle, liner lock. Very, very funny blade. I don't know what this notch is for, if anything. Just kind of there. But yeah, definitely an interesting blade. It's got a pretty good detent. Here is kind of a reverse balisong, I guess. So it actually opens up that way. Came razor sharp too. I cut myself when I first got this thing. Just a cheapy little goofy thing. 440 stainless. I'm assuming 440A. Tons of blade play. Probably zinc handles, I would assume. Sharpened on this side. Pretty much a useless blade. You can't really, you can flip it open, but it just doesn't feel right. And you definitely can't do any tricks with it, or at least not anything substantial. So it really doesn't have a point. Kind of a goofy little mall ninja type knife right there. Next up is my Mikkel Williamson Urban Tactical production knife. Made by United, is it United Steel? United Cutlery. United Cutlery, sorry about that. This is a pretty interesting knife because Mikkel Williamson is quite the established custom knife maker. And his stuff is pretty expensive. You know, I mean, ordering directly from him for a larger size folder, you're looking at $700–800. And that's a from direct maker price. So it is pretty interesting that his first production collaboration is with kind of one of the cheaper knife producers out there, United Cutlery. It was actually, I mean, it's executed very well for the price. This is like a $30 knife. It has, I believe this is G10, although it looks a little off. It may be plastic. It does look a little off. It doesn't look like real G10. Maybe it's FRN, but it's got kind of the Mikkel Williamson grooves in there, and then it's got a dual finish, bead blasted on the grinds, and then satin flats. And it is a beast. It's a monster knife. It's huge. It's actually a the model is the Blondie, and it's a pretty fair representation of his custom. You know, without any bells and whistles and fine finishing and things like that. But brass tacks wise, it's pretty close to his customs. It's got a stainless steel frame lock, which makes it very, very heavy. That steel, of course, adds a ton of weight. You can see how thin that cutout is right there. I'm not sure how robust this frame lock would be with too much pressure put on it, but it does lock up very, very solid. Came nice and sharp. I believe it's 440C steel. It doesn't say, it just says stainless. It's always kind of scary. Solid G10, or not G10 like I said before, but some sort of plastic. No liner on this side. Has a, I believe that's steel backspacer. right there. But kind of just a cool piece I just have, just because, I don't know, found it was interesting that he did a collaboration with United Cutlery and it was cheap, so picked one up. Kind of cool. Here's another collaboration. This is the now ill-fated Beretta did a line of knives, and they did a collaboration with Warren Thomas, who is a pretty well-known custom knife maker. He's most known for doing his titanium work. He does a lot of full titanium blades, or knives, titanium handles, titanium blade with a carbonized edge to it, frame locks mostly, but liner locks as well. He did do some steel bladed knives in the past, but he doesn't do them very often. He does some fixed blades and things like that. He's also known for his really cool anodized pattern that Tough Thumbs can do that same pattern as well. But that's kind of Warren Thomas's trademark, I guess you'd say. This particular one is made in Japan. It has VG10 steel, so no titanium. And then it has carbon fiber overlaid onto the steel, which is another thing he's known for. And it's kind of cool. In fact, it's really cool. I won this in a YouTube contest, so from John Wayne Colt 45. He's not around too often right now, but he used to put up a lot of videos, so hopefully he'll come back to us. But yeah, really cool chisel ground blade. Kind of a Tonto, I guess. Heavily modified. Carbon fiber on this side, carbon fiber on that side, steel liner. Pretty cool knife. Like it a lot. And then lastly, I've probably featured this one the most out of all those. This is my Rob Dalton The Offering automatic. As you can see, it has a satanic theme to it. You got the devil here, you got some flames, you've got a pentagram around the pivot on both sides here, and then you've got the blade. It's got some more designs, a Maltese cross kind of right there with a D in the middle. Same thing on that side. One of the most unique things about this blade is it is dagger ground, so it's sharp on both sides, which is very unusual for a side opening automatic. So to close it, you have to make sure and just press on the tang, and you have to hope that you don't slip and slide up on that blade, which I did do the first time I went to close it, or one of the earlier times I went to close it, and I did cut myself. Got to be very careful when you close that. And you can also kind of feel the edge right here too, so if you were to rub right here, you would definitely get cut. You can see how that blade kind of peeks out a little bit right there. But yeah, very unique piece. I really like this. This is one I've actually had this for a really long time. When I first got into knives, this is or at least got, you know, heavily into knives. This is one of the earlier ones I picked up. Got it for a great deal from Canada, actually, just an independent sale. And multiple people have wanted to buy it from me, but I just can't let it go. Too cool. So yeah, guys, that is my collection of kind of stranger oddities in my knives that I have right now. Like I said, I've had weirder ones, but a lot of them have just disappeared for whatever reason. So yeah, post some VRs or something. Do your video too. I'd like to see kind of the weird knives that you guys have, or they don't even have to be weird, but just unique, different. Alright guys, later.